Hello and welcome to a unscheduled episode of Hard Space Shipbreaker. My name is Wakata, and in this episode I'm actually making this as kind of a special episode because we have a forum member who is having some concerns about the dismantling of the macros from the early macros and how there may be some kind of bug issues that are preventing getting the 98% sticker. So I have asked the hazard level and the grade. I didn't quite get the grade, but I got the hazard level 5 from them. And the most recent pictures that they used was from a light cargo mackerel. So we're going to attempt to get a 98% on the light cargo mackerel. Now again, this is not part of my regular series, so this will be kind of out of order. And you know, if you want to stick around and watch it, that's great. But this is kind of a targeted episode. And hopefully we can discover if there are any bugs that maybe we can present to the forums, you know, as feedback to try to resolve any issues. Alright, so we're gonna kind of take our time on this because again we're trying to get our 98%, and I'm trying to make sure that it's obvious what we're doing. So looks like most of this vessel is not pressurized. Been a while since I've seen one of those. Let's hurry up and get all this stuff done so we can focus on the interior, the stuff that we know is safe to remove. And we might go over with some of the things that we might chuck in a normal episode and not worry about, you know, mixed types. We'll probably take a little extra time to make sure that we get all of them.
Valuable object processed. Credits deposited.
And we're going to watch very carefully the progress bar at the top to make sure that we're not accruing. Oh, there goes the rail gate. Oh, that's nice. We don't have time for that. Oh, I keep bumping into the NSL. Missed the last one. Alright. So as we noted, the interior is not pressurized. That looked like the cockpit is. Let's stay on our grappler so we don't accidentally cut something. The doors are already open. Well, that's convenient. Get some free money. So we don't have to risk depressurization of most of this vessel, you know, doing damage. So let's see what that looks like. Okay. Be extra careful here not to break anything. Oh, wow. Usable canisters on the walls. I haven't seen that in a long time either. I'm kind of excited to use them. They're always broken in the later higher hazards. Alright. Alright now. Coming down. Thank you. Gotta make sure we're sitting right next to fabric. We don't want to accidentally set it on fire. We're being extra cautious on this run. Actually, it's pretty much always a good idea not to burn right next to fabric, as we have seen. Yeah, well, I'd say we have seen, but I don't think it's been published yet. The high hazard version of the light mackerel, light cargo mackerel, which is upcoming on this channel as an unintended mini-series. So look forward to that. I think that will be the beginning of July. I was talking, I forgot to remove everything from the floor. So focused on not breaking things. We're definitely not going to try to do this in one session. Because again, we're being extra cautious. See, in all my other episodes, I always remove the stuff from the floor first, and this is a good illustration as to why you should. This stuff comes off much more cleanly, and the floor doesn't get all bounced around when it's still attached. And we definitely want to get all this stuff done before we depressurize the cockpit. Console off the back before we turn it into the processor. Those are present on all the mackerels.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Make sure it doesn't try to go into the furnace. Alright.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Let's get rid of the explosive thing and then cut out the ceiling. And remember this time to take everything off of the plates before we break them free. Alright. And we don't have a reactor on this one. So let's get to
salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Cutting all these off. I didn't see any of them that were aluminum. It looks like everything is going to go to the processor. So interestingly, these plates here can be, these equipment mounts can be furnace items. But we can't detach them from the roof. I'm just kind of trying to speculate as to, you know, there was concern about on these ships not being able to get the 98%. And I'm just kind of trying to work out what else could be causing it. I need to remember to remove these lights, which I have gotten in the habit of not doing in my later episodes. Oh, we got a little bit of an arc. Let's get rid of this before it breaks anything. As long as we turn everything in, this will not count as loss.
Account credit applied.
See, more of an argument for taking the roof and floor off before chucking everything is because if you get in a situation like that, you can very rapidly get rid of everything. Now, unfortunately, I needed to get rid of the door handle, the door console, which I wanted to hold on to close the door so I could cut the doors out more easily.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Let's see if the exterior door will still work. I'm going to say it's probably not. Alright.
Airlock pressure levels increasing.
Alright, so we are going to cause a depressurization event because we're going to salvage those doors. Again, something that we would normally skip. But this door is on a furnace wall. The other one we don't have to salvage because it's on a segment that is going to go to the processor anyway. So I'm going to watch these to see if we get any negative because of these mounts.
Your oxygen reserve
accepted
for processing.
Cancel. the light still on that one. If I could catch it, thank you. We're being as thorough as possible. What I would consider more thorough than we would normally take time to do.
Valuable object processed. Credits awarded. Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Still no negatives. Okay, it's good. So we didn't get dinged for those equipment mounts that were on the roof.
Oxygen level stabilizing.
Oh, I forgot I have an O2 canister in there. Could have used it. Although I'm not sure they could have. If I remember correctly, they don't supply enough oxygen. Actually, I could have because I have more than one upgrade on my O2. So I could wait to the end.
Secured. Credits deposited.
Try to remember that next shift. Save ourselves a few dollars.
Object accepted for processing. Credits deposited. Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Alright, so I think it's time to depressurize that chamber. Hard drive, let's go grab that. Okay, didn't incur any loss, which is expected. Make sure we turn in this
Credits transferred.
bottle. Here, I'm going to speed up this a little bit of tossing everything into the barge.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited. Salvage secured. Account credit applied. Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred. Salvage secured. Credits deposited. Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred. Salvage secured. Account credit applied. Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Alright, so that was the end of the first shift. There are some equipment mounts that were destroyed, which is, of course, what we were doing when we were just, breaking things off. So that's normal. But so far, we are still at 100% salvage. So we should be well on our way to a 98% sticker. So I know one of the concerns from the forum poster was that they were losing a lot of salvage on the inner shell. So we kind of want to get there kind of quickly and see if there's an unexpected burst of red in our area on the top, our progress bar. It's really
Deposit accepted.
it's weird doing a doing a mackerel and there not being things on the inside of this compartment here. And as usual, we're going to leave the cockpit alone. We know that there's glass and there are things that need, like the furnace and the aluminum here,
Account credit applied.
that we will address later.
Valuable object processed. Credits awarded.
Probably after we've done with the shell, because we want to make sure we are as pristine on our progress bar as possible, given the nature of the discussion. And I'm taking time to remove the lights because I'm going to turn them all in. We're going to want to cut that door out. Okay, so the back of these nacelles do not have mounts on them, so we don't need to cut off the aluminum on the back. That piping is all processor, alright. We're gonna go ahead and, well, I mean, we're not gonna, I was gonna say we were gonna take that door off, but we'll, the door console, but we're gonna expose it all to space in the moment anyway. We'll deal with it then. Whoop. I'm so used to this being all one piece because of the usual piping. I was surprised when it came apart. Chuck these lights in real quick while we're waiting for those other ones.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Side panels to get out of our way.
Object accepted for processing. Credits deposited. Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Alright. Let's grab this little aluminum mount, throw it in. We're going to cut that door out, so we don't need to open it.
Valuable object processed. Credits awarded. Salvage gained.
Speaking of doors, we need to keep in mind that we still have a pressurized airlock, which I think we're going to depressurize from out here. No, we're not, because that's the side that goes into the processor. So we're going to, this is kind of dangerous, but we're going to do it anyway. Hopefully that doesn't cause a fire or something weird. All this. Oops, that's not what I wanted to grab.
Deposit accepted. Object accepted for processing. Credits deposited.
Okay, there should be one more chunk floating around here somewhere. Alright, well, we'll have to keep our eye out for it. There should be another little piece of door, a little shred. Ooh. Be a little careful about that. There's still a live fuel tank back here. I guess technically the fuel tank's always live. But it still doesn't play well with a spreader. send that out. Send that away. Let's grab the airlock console.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Oh, we missed a little bit. In fact, I think we missed more than a little bit. Yeah, we didn't get this either. Let's cancel that tether.
Processing valuable object.
Before it drags the entire ship into the processor. That would not go well. See, it's still moving. All right. Well, this side doesn't have as far to go to the furnace now. And we're leaving the door in because that is a processor item.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Oh, I may have
Valuable object
lost a light on a couple of those. I might have forgotten to take it off. But, you know, as I argue in my regular series, these lights don't mean anything. And we're not seeing any red in our progress bar, despite my maybe having chucked a couple of them in just now.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Oh, it would have just been one, because one of them was the airlock interior, which wouldn't have had a
Object accepted for processing.
light on it.
Credits deposited.
So here's one thing that I think that
Account
the
credit applied.
forum poster might be missing. I mentioned it in a post. This bracket right here is processor item, even though the back is furnace. And the pictures I've seen
Credits transferred.
don't look like they've had holes in the wall where he's cut it out. I say he, they, I don't know one way or the other. So we're going to take the flammables off the back.
Material deposited.
Including this canister. Let's see if we can't take the equipment mount off. Carefully cut this out. Pull it forward a little bit. And cut the aluminum off the back. Ooh, we got all of it too. Look at that. That's pretty. Alright, so we got the door out of there. That's a
Credits deposited.
part that is processor. All that is furnace. Everything in here should be furnace except for
Credits awarded.
this door. We are still missing that one little bitty piece of that one door. I don't know where it went.
Alright, Cutter, you got 5 minutes left of this shift before they turn the lights out on you. Hitter batter. We're out.
Precision cut this so that we don't have accidentally hit the wall and have little stray pieces. There's a second tether to kind of guide it, make sure it stays straight. Doesn't go into the furnace.
Raw material processed. Credits deposited.
Alright, so I'm going to do a quick once over on this
Credits awarded.
here.
Ship salvaged in full. Credits applied to cutter account.
Take everything off that doesn't specifically say furnace. We're not going to bother with these stupid little lights. Furnace, 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 furnace. It's all furnace. I think we're all in agreement this is all furnace, right? So, based on the poster's observation, this shell will turn in a lot of red. Even though it's been fully removed of all processor items. And it is an early access game. There are definitely bugs in the game, so let's see what this does.
Material deposited.
Okay. Alright, so we only have 2 minutes left. We're just going to watch the bar at the top. Okay, we have a little bit of red. That doesn't surprise me. I couldn't tell you what it came from, but it doesn't surprise me. Maybe some of the mounts might have been processor or barge items.
Deposit accepted.
I've seen weird scenarios where some of the cutting points say barge. I think maybe even processor. And it doesn't do any good, right? Because you'd cut them anyway. So that was a little bit of red, but it wasn't don't get 98% red. So we're going to very quickly cut out the aluminum here and see if we can get our 98% sticker. Because I do not want to come back for another shift. I don't have time to mess with you. You just go.
Deposit accepted.
So out of time.
Down to the wire. Let's put a bow on this shift.
I didn't cut that as cleanly as I would like to have. But alright, just leave that to float around, see if we can find it after this makes its way in. There it goes. Alright,
Valuable object processed. Credits
98%. Got the sticker, it's at the top left. And we never found that little floating piece of door.
deposited.
Alright. Very good. And this is our list of destroyed, which is basically nothing. Pretty much all that came from. Yeah, see, equipment mounts, those are from cutting. Yeah, it's just trivial stuff. Alright, so if you stuck to the end of this and you're one of my regular viewers, I appreciate you hanging out with us. Again, this was an unscheduled video. This is outside of my series. This was a response to a member of the forums who was having some concerns and wanted to verify, make sure there wasn't a bug that they were running into that we just couldn't see from the screenshots that we could submit to the developer team. But there is you know, I haven't done any videos on low hazard vessels, so maybe it fits into that one. That's how you get 98% on a light cargo mackerel. That was grade 5, hazard level 5. And yeah. So thanks for hanging out with me. Give me a like if you liked it. If you have any comments, leave them in the comment section. If this doesn't have a high value viewer count, I'm not going to be mad about it. But thanks again for hanging out with me, and hope to see you in the regular series.